Good afternoon, children. Today we will discuss about the second part of non-contact active force, that is static electricity. Okay. Electricity is of two types. Number one, static electricity. Number two, current electricity. Yeah. What is static electricity? Suppose in a body, in a scale, this type of scale, or in any substance, some electric charge carriers are produced. Electric charges are produced. If the electric charge carriers are static, means it is retained at the spot where it is produced and they do not move from one point to another point in the substance, then that type of electricity is called static electricity. And what is current electricity? Just opposite to the static electricity. Here the electric charge carriers are not static, they move from one position to another position through the conductor. That is current electricity. Today the topic of discussion is static electricity, and the branch of physics where the static electricity is discussed is called electrostatics. So our new topic is static electricity. Before discussing any definition, we first consider some examples, means some experiments. Suppose we are taking a piece of glass rod and a piece of silk, means piece of silk cloth. At first, we bring the glass rod near some pieces of papers. Okay. Again, you bring the silk cloth in front of the piece of papers. Okay. What will you observe? None of the two substances can attract the papers. Okay. Now rub the glass rod with the silk. After some time, bring the glass rod in front of the pieces of papers. Now what will you observe? That the pieces of papers are attracted by the glass rod. Okay. Why? That means some charge carriers, something is produced in the glass rod. If you bring the opposite side of the glass rod near the pieces of the paper, what will you observe? That there is no attractive force between the glass rod and the papers. That means in the opposite side of the glass rod, opposite side means opposite side of friction. Here the friction was produced. Friction means friction between the glass rod and the silk cloth, that is produced here. Just at the opposite side of the glass rod, there was no frictional force. So here no electricity or electric charge carriers are produced. Okay. So the charge carriers are static at the position of the friction, and due to the presence of these charge carriers, the glass rod attracts the pieces of the papers. Okay, this type of electricity is called static electricity. The charge carriers are static. Clear? Now, how many types of electric charge carriers are present? Electric charge carriers or electric charges are of two types. Number one, depending on their polarity. Positive charge. Number two, negative charge. Okay. We always consider the point charges. Point charges means point like charges. There is no other dimensions are present. There is no length, breadth, height, volume. No dimensions are present here. Only point like charges or point charges are considered here. Here, suppose one point charge is represented by Q1, arbitrary point charge. Another point charge is represented by Q2. Q1 and Q2 are two charges. Okay. Number one, if, how many possibilities are there? both Q1 and Q2 may be positive. Okay. Number 2, both Q1 and Q2 may be negative because two types are possible, positive charge and negative charge. Okay. Number 3, Q1 positive, Q2 negative. Okay. And the last possibility is Q1 negative and Q2 positive. Okay. Two charges Q1 and Q2, either Q1 and Q2 both are positive, Q1 and Q2 both are negative. Here, if Q1 and Q2 both are positive or both are negative, then they are called like charges. Like charges means polarities are same. Polarities of two charges are same. Similarly, Q1, if Q1 and Q2 are negative, both are negative, it is also called like charges. If one charge is positive, another one is negative, then they are called unlike charges. Suppose Q1 is positive, Q2 is negative, it is called unlike charges. Same for the point number 4, Q1 negative, Q2 positive, it is also called unlike charges. Okay. If both are positive, like charges, both are negative, this is also like charges. One is positive, another is negative, unlike charges. Similarly, if Q1 is negative, Q2 is positive, unlike charges. Okay. So there are some laws of or some rules of electric charges or electrostatic attraction or repulsion. Number 1, like charges repel each other. Number 2, unlike charges attract each other. In case of gravitation, the force was also present, but the force is always attractive for gravitation, but here in static electricity, the force is either positive or negative depending on the polarity of the charge carriers. Okay, like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. So, if Q1 and Q2 both are positive, then the force is attractive. Force means the force present between the two charges is attractive in nature. Number 2, if Q1 and Q2 both are negative, means it is the like charges, if both are positive, then the force is repulsive. If both are negative, like charges, repulsive force. Number 3, Q1 positive, Q2 negative, unlike charge, attractive force. Number 4, Q1 negative, Q2 positive. Also it is the unlike charges attract each other. So the force is attractive force. Understood? So in electrostatics, means in static electricity, two types of forces are possible. depending on the polarities of charge carriers. Like charges repel each other, Q1, Q2 both positive, repulsive force, Q1, Q2 both negative, again repulsive force. Unlike charges attract each other, Q1 positive, Q2 negative, or Q1 negative, Q2 positive. In both the cases, the force that is present between Q1 and Q2 are attractive in nature. Clear? Our next topic, units of electric charge. Units of electric charge. Number 1, CJ system. In CJ system, the unit of electric charge is CJ's unit of electric charge is stat coulomb or ESU. ESU is an abbreviation. ESU stands for electrostatic unit of charge. ESU of charge. This is the CJ's unit of electric charge. Number 2, in SI system, SI unit of electric charge, it is coulomb, or in short you can write big C. Big C stands for coulomb. SI unit of electric charge coulomb, CJ's unit of electric charge is stat coulomb or electrostatic unit of charge. Clear? Next topic, and the most important topic of the chapter, is Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Coulomb's law is very important topic. Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Consider 2 point charges Q1 and Q2. They are separated by a distance smaller. Okay. If the force present between Q1 and Q2 is represented by big F may be positive or negative depending on the polarities of Q1 and Q2. Okay. If the force present between Q1 and Q2 is big F, then according to Coulomb's law in electrostatics, according to Coulomb, the force of attraction or repulsion between the 2 point charges is directly proportional to the product of the magnitudes of the charges. And definitely the left hand side is the magnitude, means magnitude of the force. Force is a vector quantity. Here we are only considering the magnitude of the force, no direction. Direction is not considered here. The magnitude of the force of attraction or repulsion that is present between the 2 charges is directly proportional to the product of the charges. One condition is here. What is the condition? When the distance between the 2 charges is constant, same as Newton's law of gravitation. Right? Number 2, the force of attraction or repulsion between 2 point charges is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the charges. Okay, here the distance is r, so F is proportional to 1 by r square. I hope all of you know what is directly proportional, what is inversely proportional. Also, here is one condition. What is the condition? When Q1 and Q2 means the magnitudes of the charges are constant. Okay, by virtue of joint variation, means if we combine these two relations, we can write F is proportional to Q1 Q2 divided by r square. Okay, what is the condition? Here, Q1, Q2 and R, the magnitudes of the charges and the distance between them all are varying. Means Q1, Q2 and R all vary. Nothing is constant. Okay, proportional sign, we want to bring here an equal sign. What to do? Right hand side must be multiplied by a proportionality constant. So the next line will be F is equal to proportionality constant. Consider it as small k, k Q1 Q2 divided by R square. Okay, what is k? K, where k is the proportionality k is the proportionality constant. This form is the mathematical form of Coulomb's law in electrostatics. Okay, the form is almost same as Newton's law of gravitation, but there is a difference. What is the difference? Number one, force. Here the force may be attractive or repulsive depending on the polarities of Q1 and Q2. Another difference is the proportionality constant. In case of Newton's law of gravitation, big G was the proportionality constant and it is called universal gravitational constant, means the value is constant all over the universe. But here K, it is constant, but it depends on the nature of the medium. If we change the medium means the medium where with the charges Q1 and Q2 are kept. If we change the medium, the value of K will be changed. Okay, so K is proportionality constant, it is constant, but it is constant for a particular medium. If we change the medium, value of K will be changed. Okay, what is the value of K? What is the value of K in CGS system and SI system, the regarding numerical sums? Those topics we will discuss in the next class. Okay, so we shall stop here for today. Next class we will discuss about the rest of the part of Coulomb's law and rest of the part of static electricity. Thank you.